Okay, guys, so I'm here. I'm headed into my first signing pretty soon, and I'm pretty early. I'm like 20 minutes early, but anyway, I just wanted to check in with you guys and say that I'm excited. So this isn't actually a loan signing, it's an annuity, but I accepted it because I want to get my numbers up, and this counts as a positive signing, and so this will help me to get more loan signings in the future. And yeah, I'm really excited. So there were some there were a couple spots that I wasn't sure about on the documents because I didn't learn about annuities. So I just called that NNA hotline and they totally walked me through it. And yeah, I'm here and I'm excited and I'm a little bit nervous, but mostly excited. So I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about it, and I'll let you know how it goes when it's all done. Bye. Okay, guys, I am so excited to finally bring you the video where I tell you about my first signing. So make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment. It has been awesome getting to know all of you and hearing about where you are in your journey. And stay tuned to the end of the video so that you can hear about what I learned from this and what mistake I will avoid at my next signing. So I got a text in the morning and it was for a signing for a few hours later in the day, about an hour and a half from my home. And so right away I accepted yes. And you might be wondering, like, why would I say yes to an assignment that was so far away? But in the course from Mark, he explains over and over again that you need to take whatever comes your way for your first 20 signings, because you have to just get the experience in the system to let the people know that you're available, that you do good work, that you actually show up. And so that is my plan, just to take anything that comes my way. So this actually wasn't a loan signing, it was for an annuity, and originally they sent the first text message that said they were only paying $40, and I was like, yes, I'll take it. However, they didn't accept my first response, and so they sent out another message that said that they were paying $50, and so I responded again, yes, I'll take it. And at that point, somebody called me from Notary Go and said, hey, do you want this signing? And I said, yes, I do. And so I got it. And the next step was I just got an email sent through. It took me to their website and I was able to print the documents. And the documents were pretty straightforward. It was 22 pages, so I printed it out and I started scanning through it to look for where I needed the borrower to sign. And I got about halfway through and there was one page that I just wasn't sure about, because there was a signature line at the bottom of the page that was obvious for the borrower, but then there was another place that looked like maybe a judge was supposed to sign there, and I didn't know. So what I did at that point was I just called the NNA, and they have a hotline, and I can link the information in the description. But I called them just to say, like, hey, I'm not sure about this. I've never done an annuity before. And you guys, the guy was amazingly friendly. He walked me through everything. He answered all of my questions. And because of that and what a good experience I had, I would say I highly recommend getting the hotline membership. So you can get access to the hotline either by purchasing that directly or by paying through a membership. And I mentioned this in another video, but if you are a loan signing system student, in Mark's course, he actually gives you a discount so that you can get the membership for the NNA for only $30 a year. So once again, highly recommended. And then I called and checked in with the borrower to make sure that I had her name right and to just verify the appointment. And yeah, so I called and checked in with her and I read her the name that I had on the documents and made sure it was spelled correctly and just verified that she had unexpired ID. So everything sounded good and I got ready, and it was so exciting. I may or may not have been jumping up and down, and my kids may have been like running around screaming like, yay, mom got her first signing. So it was a really exciting atmosphere in our house. And so I got ready and I went and hopped in the car, and like I said, it was an hour and a half drive to get there. So on my way, I actually got to listen to one of Mark's mentorship trainings as I was going. And You guys, those mentorship trainings, he does them twice monthly, and they're just so inspiring and relevant. And it was really fun to be able to be on my way to my first signing and just listening to that encouraging training, and I really enjoyed it. So if you're thinking about becoming a loan signing agent and you haven't signed up for Mark's course yet, I don't know why not. You should do it. It's amazing. Okay, so I got there, and with Notary Go, you get like points in their system based on if you do everything the way that they ask you to. So one of the things they ask you to do when you get there is to actually call and check in with them. So I did that. As soon as I got there, I called and I said, I'm here. And they said, okay, we have you checked in. Okay, so I got her identification and I started filling out my journal, got that done. And then I pulled out the documents and we got to the very first place she was supposed to sign. And she said, does it matter that they have my name spelled wrong? And you guys, my heart just sank. I was like, oh no. And I had called and verified the spelling of her name to make sure it was right. However, I verified it with the file that I got from Notary Go, and on that file, her name was spelled completely right. What I didn't double check was actually going to the signature lines and checking to make sure her name was spelled correctly there. And it was just one letter off. This lady spells her name with an EY at the end of her name when most of the time it's just spelled with a Y. So she was immediately like, I've told this guy so many times to fix my name. He knew it was wrong. I already told him. I was on the phone with him this morning. And so she was really upset. And I told her, well, let me call Notary Go. And she said, okay, I'm getting my guy on the phone. So while I tried to call Notary Go, she was on the phone with her guy. And Notary Go wasn't answering. It was going straight to a voicemail and it was saying the mailbox is full. And I was like, oh my goodness, of course, on my first signing. But eventually I just called back like 4 times, I think it took, and I got through to somebody, but all they did was send me to the same department that she was already on the phone with. And actually, when they sent me to that department, again, it just went straight to a voicemail for me. But thankfully, she was resourceful. She got her guy on the phone, and they were super apologetic with her because they realized it was their mistake. And so they were like, well, we have new documents. We'll send them to your notary. But now I was an hour and a half away from home. And she said, no. Don't send them to her. Just send them to me. I'm here at work. I'll print them. And so the guy was like, okay. So he sent new documents to her. She went back into her work. She printed off all the documents and brought them back out. And I had to like get all the old documents and make sure I set those aside so I didn't get myself confused. And I kind of took a deep breath and then we started over. And an annuity was so easy, guys. If you get that offered to you, I recommend taking it absolutely. It was 1 page of signing with me notarizing, and then she had to fill out a W-9 and sign it. So literally only 3 pages that had to be signed, and it ended up being a good experience. So the woman was very gracious and super thankful. She was apologizing to me like, I'm sorry this took so long for you and thank you for waiting. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, I should have verified the name. This is my fault. So I was totally apologetic with her, and she was like, you did wonderful. And anyway, in the end, I got done. I got in my car, and again with Notary Go, to get your points up, you have to verify that you have the assignment completed. So before I even drove away, I called them back, let them know the assignment was done, and let them know that I would get the scan backs to them as soon as I got home. So I drove home, and I got the scan backs all sent back in. Oh, and that's another tip. Notary Go, when they send you out their information, it'll say fax them back to this number. So that first time I called, I said, do you guys actually require fax backs, or is it okay if I just email them? And they were like, oh, no, go ahead and email them. But it being new, like I wouldn't have known. I would have, I don't know, like freaked out and thought I needed a fax machine. So thankfully I just asked. So I was able just to scan the documents back, and then that was it. I got an email notification a little later that said that my assignment was complete, and that was $50 that I'm going to get paid for that assignment. And with this particular company, they actually didn't even require me to print a FedEx label. So they told me I just need to hold on to the documents for 7 days, and at the end of 7 days, shred them. So I ordered a shredder because I actually didn't have one of those yet. So you guys, that wraps up this video. And again, my mistake and the thing that I will check next time for sure is that when I call and I check in with the client, I will verify the spelling of their name and then go check the documents as well. Because just because it's right from the Notary Go site doesn't mean it's actually right on the documents. And I learned my lesson about that. And it was a great experience. And guess what, guys? I'm getting ready right now to go on my second signing tonight. So it's been really fun connecting with you guys. Just keep checking in with me and let me know what you'd like more videos about, and I'll see you soon.